Hey Cancer, welcome back. I'm here with your mid-July to end of July reading. I've already pulled your oracle cards, so we'll do that, and then we'll do a general reading and then a love reading looking at you and the person you're dealing with, and then some advice at the end. As always, this is a general, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because that's for someone else. And if you'd like to be notified of your other videos that come out, please like and subscribe to the channel, and that should give you some kind of notification when it comes out. Alright, so like I said, I pulled your oracle cards, so let's get into them. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Panther Spirit, Reclaim Your Power. Nice card. Then we have Ant Spirit, Time to Collaborate. And then Have Faith in Your Dreams with the Waxing Crescent Moon. So I do see you with the Page of Swords overall opening up new communication, or I feel like here you're communicating differently. I think it has a lot to do with this reclaiming your power. Maybe up until now you felt, especially maybe in group settings with this time to collaborate, like you may have like, sorry, I'm all stuffy or something, I don't know. But maybe like in group settings where you didn't feel like you were being heard or you were kind of being walked all over. Well, I feel like you're kind of over that. You're done with being walked over and not heard. And with this, I feel like you're finding a new way to collaborate. But I do feel like communication is really key, and it's the tool that you're using to take back your power. I do feel like this is a really good spread, a really good cards. I do think it's interesting that we are in a Mercury retrograde, and here you are wanting, not wanting, but the Mercury retrograde, like communications can get like really messy and backwards and that type of thing. And here you are focusing on communication. I'm not saying that the retrograde is like working against you. I feel like the retrograde may have like kind of pushed this on you. Not pushed it on you, but like kind of like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of not being heard. I'm tired of, sorry, I don't know why I'm all, bleh. But I'm tired of not being heard. I'm tired of being misunderstood. And so it's like, you know what? I'm taking back my power. I'm going to be very clear in my communication, so there can be no like misinterpretations. And especially in the group spirit, this time to collaborate, I don't feel like it's more like you need to work with someone on this. I feel like this is in group settings. This is you taking back your power, when it's time to collaborate, so you're not the little ant doing all the work, or you're not, not being heard. And all in all, like at the end of the day, like with this have faith in your dreams, like I feel like this has kind of been a dream of yours. Not like, oh, one day I'm going to be heard, one day I'm going to be a powerhouse, that type of thing. But this is like a step. Okay, this is like one of the skills or something that you have to work on in order to keep going after your dreams. So I do feel like this is a piece of the puzzle that you're working on, and it's really great. And like I said, I do feel like the Mercury retrograde kind of like may have set all of this in motion, but with the cards that are coming out, I feel like this is exactly what you should be working on for the second half of July. And the good news is the retrograde ends August 2nd, I believe. So we're like halfway through it for the most, well, I'm going to say we're halfway through it. We're probably a little less than half. Okay, what am I doing? General. Let's get into your general. All right, we got Cancer. Cancer for the second half of July. What is Cancer's focus, obstacle, advice, and most likely outcome for the second half of July. Please and thank you. Alrighty. Six of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. But you do have the Two of Cups coming up here, and I do still see the Magician right here, so that's good things. Nine of Cups, definitely here. I see lots of things. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to because I do feel like something is happening here with you. So you have the Magician here. So you are trying to manifest something new that's going to bring you happiness. Okay, this happiness, though, is like yours, like focusing on what's going to make you happy. Like you are figuring out how to fill your own cups up in a way, like independence, okay, and being happy and solid in that independence. Not that it's, you could be in a relationship, but you're still like, you don't, it's like you don't need them to make you happy, because you make yourself happy, and they're probably on the same wavelength, you know, they can make themselves happy. So when you guys do come together, you know, y'all are both bringing good things to the table. There is something here that's ending. I feel like this is a transition for you, and my goodness, but you're staying patient and having balance, because what is ending, oh my goodness gracious, what is ending there was, there's just, it's an empty tower, okay? The tower's crumbling, but there's nothing in there, all right? Like I said, I rarely really go into the deck like that, but I do feel like it had some more parts to the puzzle, because, sorry, my goodness, sorry. Your cards here, they are good, but might have needed some more clarity. But like I said, overall, there is someone new. Or if there is not somebody new, this is what you want. You want a connection with someone. This doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a sibling. It could be a friend. It could be a mentor type of thing. But whatever this connection is, you know, it's on a personal level. Like it's on a soul level. This is like, you know, soulmates, yes, but like y'all connect on a deep emotional level. Okay, it's, this side is great, and yes, there is emotion here, but this is like sometimes more on the outside, attraction, that type of thing. Still great things on both cards, and I'm not saying that just because this side might come up that there's not this deep soul level connection, but that's what you want, okay? So you're leaving something behind. You're wanting calmer waters. You're wanting to move forward, okay? You're just wanting, you know, you just want peace, okay? You don't want to have to fight anymore. You don't have to struggle. You know, you just want things to be peace and calm. And I do see some pentacles here coming up too as well. Yeah, I do see some pentacles coming up further in the spread. So this could be at work, okay? But you have the Five of Cups coming up to clarify. Yes, you are sad that you're leaving whatever it is behind, okay? There is definitely some... Hi, kitty. There is definitely some sadness and some grief here. But you're still moving on anyways. You're not quite moved on from it, so it still hurts, all right? But you are putting in the work and trying to move on. Your obstacle here is the Four of Pentacles here. So money may be an issue. This is kind of the greedy card, but I don't really see it as greedy. I see it as especially not really in this one, you know, maybe needing to save more money, the money not really being there. This also doesn't have to be money. I do see this as just kind of keeping things close to your chest. You know, especially in this deck right here, where he's like clutching to it, like he's keeping it close to himself. I read that as emotions or whatever it is as well. So let's get a clarifier for the Four of Pentacles. But you may need to be, you know, you may need to save money. You may need to watch your money. Because the Lover's here in the reverse. So there may have been a breakup. Okay? Wouldn't surprise me here. Like I said, something was ending. But like I said, what was ending? Like, I feel like it had already been over. Okay, maybe not officially, but as far as under the surface, it was over. So something may have ended. And so, you know, especially if this was a relationship or a job, it could be, you know, you were used to having 2 incomes and now you're down to 1 income. You're having to figure out that. So I do see money issues here. You know, just having to move on from it, okay? Like recover, readjust, get used to what's going on. Because like I said, something did end. And so, you know, it takes a while, especially if you were living together, had 2 incomes, going down to 1. So I do feel like money is tight right now, and that's a huge obstacle. But your advice is here with the 10 of Pentacles. Focus on your long-term security. You know, save, be frugal. This is just a point in time. Keep thinking for the long term. And I do see a couple on this side. So, you know, your advice is that, you know, this is just for a minute. There is something else or someone coming in. Here's the Magician coming out. Yeah. Okay. So you have the Magician coming out. You can manifest something new. You can manifest this long-term security with someone else. You just have to get over the heartbreak, all right? Move past the heartbreak, which I feel like here, that is exactly what you're trying to do. That is your focus, okay? So I feel like you are doing what it is you should be doing. I'm not, you know, with this 10 of Pentacles, some of you, there may be someone new coming in. You are manifesting someone new. You are manifesting someone for the long term, okay? So, and it's like, it's working. You are bringing them in, but, you know, they're not going to really come into the picture fully until you are over the heartbreak. But still, great advice. All right, so your most likely outcome is the 9 of Wands. So you are still going to have your guard up. I wouldn't say you're going to be combative. I just see you being very wary a little bit, but you're like, I just really feel here like you're wary against the bullshit. You're wary against anybody that just like comes in or anything that comes in. You may be, you know, this has taken a lot out of you. So you may be, you know, tired, a little beat up. You know, you have your walls up because you have to rest and recuperate and recover and, you know, kind of get your stuff, you know, this 4 of Pentacles, kind of just work on your money. So let's see. Let's pull a clarifier for this 9 of Wands. Ooh, the 9 of Pentacles. So you may have a moment, okay? Just remember, it's a moment. So I feel like you had another 9 for something, but I don't remember what. Was it in this? I think it was in that one. Sorry. Yeah, you had the 9 of Cups. So here's the 9 of Pentacles coming out. You are going to feel a little overwhelmed trying to fix everything because you're still not out of it, okay? You still haven't left the rocky part. You're working on it, but things don't happen overnight. So you're going to probably going to be feeling a little let down. feeling like you're not really getting to where you want to be financially. I do feel like a lot of this is talking about finances. And so just keep this as your goal, okay? Just keep focusing on this. Your long-term security, your long-term happiness, okay? Your long-term stability. You will get there, okay? It may feel like you're not, okay? But you will. And I mean, I can kind of totally relate with this. Not right now, but this time last year I was kind of going through divorce and stuff. So, like, I can totally relate to where this is kind of going. But at the same time, there are better things coming for you. You are manifesting them. Remember, you are manifesting. You had the Magician come up twice. So you are manifesting right now. So be very, very careful about what you're thinking and what you're saying, because you are manifesting. Whether you think so or believe it or not, you are, okay? So just try your very, very best to stay positive, even though sometimes it is hard to do that. And that was the Ace of Wands coming out, but there was a lot of other stuff there too. All right, so what is Cancer's overall focus and love, energy and love for the second half of July? Please and thank you. Queen of Swords. Being very analytical, being very logical, seeing through the bullshit. You know, you're not... I don't see this as the Queen of Swords in the reverse, where she, you know, is very kind of bitter and mean and that type of thing. But you're also not putting up with the bullshit, okay? You know, you're seeing things very clearly and you're being very logical about any decisions you make. All right, what about the person Cancer's dealing with? Seven of Pentacles. Somebody's not waiting on this anymore. Somebody's not... really putting in the work on this anymore, or even really not obsessing, but assessing. There we go. Couldn't think of the word. Assessing the situation. They're just kind of, they're just kind of done kind of focusing on this. Could be an earth sign you're dealing with, but they're not really waiting on this to see if there's anything left here to grow. Not really putting any work in. All right. All right. Okay, we have the Six of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Swords in the reverse. The Magician in the reverse on the side, on their side, the Eight of Cups, and the Star in the reverse on their side. So it could be an Aquarius you're dealing with. We do have water here as well. So I do feel like you are trying to remember the good times about this. The Six of Cups is here in the upright. So, you know, there is someone from the past, or you're just trying to remember the good parts of this, of what you had maybe. I'm not seeing that you're trying to remember the good parts because you want to get back with this person. I don't feel like that's what's happening at all, because this person does... You're trying to be positive about it, you know, trying to be positive about the relationship and all of that, even though I do feel like it's over, or it is ending. But it gives you a lot of anxieties. It gives you a lot of fear. This person causes a lot of anxiety. This person, you know, you lose a lot of sleep over, and you're trying to be positive about it. Not to get back with him, but just because you're like, I just, you know, being negative about it just makes this worse. But, sorry, I really don't know what's wrong. I was fine until I started this video. So, but, I really have have no idea. You have the Ace of Swords in the reverse on your side. So you aren't really opening new communication with this person. You're not wanting to start anything new with this person. You know, it's just like, no, that doesn't end well for me. They're not trying to manifest anything right now, or they don't feel like they can manifest anything in the situation. So they're leaving. You know, they're moving on. Even, you know, they just don't feel like there's any hope here. They don't feel, you know, they're just not feeling it. So a lot of things on their side are showing me that it's like, no. And I mean, I see it on your side. You're trying to be positive about this. You're trying to be friendly. Like, I don't feel like you want this to be ugly. There's just nothing there for you, I don't feel like, anymore. 7 of Cups in the reverse. 9 of Pentacles. I feel like this month, or at least the second half of this month, this is really about claiming your independence. What was the Panther card you got? Was it Claim Your Power or something? Reclaim Your Power? That's exactly what you're doing, because here's the 9 of Pentacles coming up again. So you're working on your independence. You're working on being stable. You know, you're coming back to reality about the situation. You know, you're narrowing down your options a little. Not that I'm saying that you like were dating different people, but you're just coming back to earth, coming back to reality. Be like, this wasn't my Prince Charming type of thing. You know, it's time to like be realistic, be very practical. That's why the Queen of Swords come out as well, and work on my independence. You know, the 3 of Wands, I don't see you waiting on this anymore. I don't see you waiting on this anymore. I don't see you planning ahead with this person at all. They have the Moon in the reverse, the World, and the Hierophant in the reverse. So yeah, they're seeing things clearly. There's not really any more secrets either, but they are starting something new, and they're they're wanting to start a new cycle. They're wanting to go somewhere else and start something new. They're not committing here with the Taurus in the reverse. Not the Taurus, the Hierophant in the reverse. Could be a Taurus. Cat's wanting to play with my puzzle, and that's not okay. So yeah, I mean, you know, they're not. It's like they see the situation for what it is. There's not really any more secrets. So it's like, you know what? It's time for me to go start something new somewhere else. Lots of major arcana on their side. Lots of major arcana. Actually, they only have, you know, it's pretty much all major arcana but 2. But overall, they are. I mean, this is like the center. These 2 cards right here definitely tell me, you know, they're moving on. They're moving forward. You know, there's just no growth here, and I'm not even feeling like it's the vibe I'm getting from this and the cards on the table. Like, I don't feel like there's hate here. I just feel like there's kind of like, I mean, for some of you there may be, I mean, obviously, but for the most part I feel like this is pretty amicable, and that's why the 6 of Cups came up in the upright on your side. Even though there's a lot of fear and anxiety right now, it's probably more about the finances and being independent and that type of thing, more so than it is just the kind of leaving it, you know. Because I don't feel like there's I don't feel like there's hurt feelings or bad feelings against the person you're dealing with. It's just kind of like there's nothing really here anymore, you know. So let's get your advice. This is a new deck for me. It's the Tarot of Dreams. I'm really, really excited. So, all right. What advice do we have for my Cancers for the rest of July? 8 of Swords in the reverse. Advice for my Cancers. 9 of Cups. Yeah, 9 of Cups. Lots of nines. All of my independent cards are really coming up over and over again. Judgment. I'll show that to you. Beautiful cards right there. So, hello. Tree of Life. In the reverse. Holy moly. That was half the deck. So, we'll keep the Palace of Cups, though, because that did come out. And that's in the reverse. One more. All right. Palace of Swords. All right. All right. Let's pull one for this Tree of Life in the reverse. Why is the Tree of Life here? Okay. All right, so your advice here is, you know, stop feeling stuck. Stop feeling trapped. The Eight of Swords is definitely talking about being stuck in your head, feeling trapped, but it's really kind of in your head. You do have everything you need to get out of this. Don't focus so much on making other people happy right now. Right now, you just need to kind of worry about yourself and your own independence, your own happiness. And to be honest, there's a few things. I don't want to say don't worry about being happy right now. That's not what I mean. But with the Palace of Cups here in the reverse and this Nine of Cups here in the reverse, I feel like it's really saying don't worry so much about your emotional happiness right now. And I know that sounds really weird, but I feel like you really need to focus on your money and being logical right now. Like, it's okay to like just kind of switch the emotions off for a minute, you know, while you get everything back in order, and then focus on the emotional part later. But I do feel like you are kind of having to rebuild or restart something here. You know, their Judgment is here. So this is for the best, okay? This Judgment here, this happened for a reason. Because it wasn't fulfilling you emotionally anyways, okay? So, you know, this is happening for a reason to, you know, kind of like put you, to bring you the happiness you deserve, because the Judgment is like a win-win situation for everybody, okay? It may not look like it or feel like it right now. Right now, it may even feel like it sucks, but it's not, it is, in the end, going to be a win-win situation. And the reason I say that you need to focus less on your emotions is because we have the Palace of Water, or the Palace of Cups here in the reverse, and then we have the Palace of Swords here in the upright. So I feel like this is definitely a head over heart decision right now. Kind of make sure you're using your head, like be in your air element as opposed, you know, kind of to the water element, even though it's a little bit more outside of, you know, your water. So I know you're more comfortable with your emotions, but right now is a good time to just kind of be in your head right now. Be logical about things. Worry about the emotional part later. You just have some things you're working on. And what I'm getting with this Tree of Life and the Page of Wands in the reverse is, you know, everything kind of has its cycle. Now's not the time to start something new. And that's just because, you know, you're trying to work through and, you know, not get rid of all this old stuff, but, you know, tie up loose ends, like just kind of like completely close that cycle. So now's not the time to really be starting anything new at the moment, because you're just kind of getting things, you know, kind of getting things on track for the future. But there will be time, okay? This Judgment here, even though it sounds weird, you know, don't worry about your emotional happiness right now. That's not what I'm saying. Just this is, in the long run, going to, you know, give you this Nine of Cups that you're looking for. It's just, you know, you have to, you need to be very logical and practical about things right now. All right, Cancer, I hope that you found something that will help you through this, through the rest of your month, and I will see you next time.